everyone, and welcome back to the Joy-Filled Universe podcast. I am your host, Lisa Ryan, and I am so excited for today's episode, and I'm going to tell you why. I am just like every other human in this whole wide world, and sometimes life can just feel a bit heavy. And when life gets to feeling this kind of way for me, I often find myself in a crash course of snapping myself out of it, because I know that thoughts become things, and I know that the universe is always listening. So the faster I find myself back to my happy, joyful feeling state, the better I am in the long run. So last week, we spoke about the power of being happy for others, and peppered into that episode was the law of attraction. Well, that was a peek into what I have been working on. I have recently pulled out an old favorite book called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, because I needed that refreshing reminder of the fact that I am in charge of my reality, and the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that I blast out becomes my co-creation fuel that the universe receives, aligns to, and returns to me. And another tool that I pulled from my bag of manifestation tricks is a fun collection of law of attraction lessons by the great Jack Canfield. So I was going to embark upon this 30-day guide to living the law of attraction activity, and then it struck me. I thought, oh my gosh, I would have so much fun doing these lessons as a podcast. So that is what we are going to do together. And today is the first episode that will kick off a 6-part series. And each week I will share 5 lessons that are meant to be accomplished on Monday through Friday. Not all at the same time, one each day. And on the weekend, we get to refresh and revisit the lessons that we've been practicing together. And then each Monday, I will provide another batch of 5 until we have accomplished all 30 together. Now, really quick, Jack Canfield is most famously known for his book, Chicken Soup for the Soul. And shortly after the movie The Secret by Rhonda Byrne was released, which I think was back in around 2006, Jack Canfield was actually in that movie too, by the way. But back then, I think it was like 2 years later, so around 2008, Jack Canfield published a CD box set that was called The 30-Day Guide to Living the Law of Attraction. Now, I looked it up, and you can still get this on Amazon, but I actually found mine on Audible, and I will leave that link in the pod description so you can find it. So one of the things that Jack Canfield says at the beginning of these lessons is to share them with others, which is exactly what I am going to do with all of you. So today is going to be the first of 6 episodes that we will engage together while leaning into the law of attraction. And the end goal here, well, that is to manifest some awesome desires and learn some really great steps about how to practice making this incredible law of attraction a part of our everyday life. And I will say too that I'm going to give myself some creative license here and put my own little spin on this journey for the sake of inserting some techniques here and there that have proven to be helpful and effective to yours truly. I'm so excited. I'm really excited that we're going to do this together. Okay, so in the last podcast, we learned about the law of attraction, and we have also discussed this along with the law of vibration in a much earlier pod called something like, I think it was called Energy, Vibes, and Frequencies, Oh My. So I'm not going to spend too much time on explaining what the law of attraction is, but I will say this. The law of attraction is the belief that what we think about, we bring about, regardless of whether it's a positive or a negative. The thoughts that we think attract corresponding experiences or outcomes in our lives. By keeping our thoughts and emotions positive, visualizing our goals, and maintaining an optimistic feeling of knowing that what we ask for, we will receive, we can draw positive events, opportunities, and people into our lives. And conversely, negative thoughts, well, they can attract undesirable outcomes as well. The universe, it does not insert judgment. No. When it comes to the law of attraction, the universe, it's just going to give you whatever you are asking for. If you are pushing out positive, high vibe frequencies, the universe is like, got it. I'll give you more of that. And if you are pushing out negative, low vibe frequencies, well, the universe is like, got it. I'll give you more of that. So our thoughts become things. And as Rhonda Byrne has explained, and many people after her have explained this as well, the law of attraction equation is this: ask, which means get clear on your desire and ask for it. When you do this, the universe starts to arrange people, events, and the environments that will all align with the desire that is coming to you. Then believe in knowing that what you have asked for is already done. You don't need to know how you're going to get it. You just need to know and feel that it is already yours. And then take inspired action, stay in the flow, and enjoy the journey. And then lastly, receive. Stay open and in a good feeling state of having your desire, and it will come to you. And throughout the entire journey, be grateful. Don't say, I'll be happy when my desire finally manifests. That is forever keeping your desire out of reach. You have to be grateful now, as if your desire has already manifested, because it's that vibe that will fast track you to your final destination. Okay, so now onward with the pod, and let's talk about these lessons that we are going to be doing together. So the expectation for all of these lessons is this: we're going to practice one lesson per day, and on the weekends, we're going to review, enhance, and continue to practice what we have done during the week. And each lesson is about taking action, because for each one we will discuss the message about the lesson, the action, and the gained benefit that each lesson will yield. Something important to remember here too is keep your energy levels high. We need to be on a high vibe when practicing these activities, because when we are in a good feeling state, we have a high intensity and focus that we are placing on the lessons. And guess what? The more positive intensity there is, the faster our desires will attract. And then remain grateful throughout the program. Keep gratitude in our hearts and stay in a mindset of abundance versus scarcity and lack. We don't need any of that. No scarcity and no lack, because you know what? The universe will bring that to us, and that's what we absolutely do not want. And let's get clear too on what we are looking to manifest, right? Because we're not going to manifest anything specific if we're not clear about it. We can manifest a whole bunch of awesomeness, that's for sure. But if we want to manifest something specific, we've got to get clear on that first. So what is it going to be? Is it going to be a new job, a new home, a new car, a healthier lifestyle, maybe a perfect partner? Ooh la la. Whatever it is, decide what you want, believe you can have it, and stay open to receiving it. The law of attraction works best when we know exactly what we are aiming for. So take some time and gain that clarity. And then lastly, teach what we are learning to others in order to achieve mastery. Just as I am sharing this process with all of you, share it with others who you care about. In fact, bring them along on this journey with you. You can even share this episode and do the program together. So let's just have some fun with this. This is so exciting, and I love that we're doing this together. Okay, so let's kick this off. Here we go with lesson number 1. What we think about, we bring about. every thought we think, consciously and subconsciously, it shapes our reality. So think about a vision or desire that you are bringing into your reality. And from here, we are going to choose one vision word that aligns to us once we have manifested our desire, because this is something that will help us to achieve our vision. So think of a positive vision word that best describes you, a strength or positive quality that you have. And then write it on a small piece of paper and carry it in your pocket or purse all day. So words like joyful, courageous, focused, caring, loving, kind, smart, athletic, strong, beautiful, wealthy, or whatever word you come up with that describes you when manifesting your desire. And when you are carrying it around with you, commit to reading it each hour for the entire day. And if it's in your pocket, every time you happen to put your hand in there and you feel the card with the little word on it, then take it out, open it up, and read it. And when the day is complete, then keep it in a place where you see it multiple times a day going forward, and read it out loud every time you do see it. And if you want, one thing that you can do to make this even more powerful is to change it into an affirmation by placing I am in front of your vision word. So I am joyful, I am courageous, I am loving, I am athletic. By doing this, you will start to find that you attract more people, events, and circumstances that vibrate with your vision word and the emotions that you are feeling when you are consistently saying it out loud as well as to yourself. Okay. And now, lesson number 2. This lesson is about creating our day based on the vibrations that we are sending out. Remember, the law of attraction doesn't decide what is good or bad for us. It just gives us more of what we are putting out into the universe. So think about it. Are we thinking and feeling positive, like joy, happiness, kindness, generous, appreciative? Or are we thinking and feeling negative, like anxious, resentful, hopeless, sad, and angry? We just need to start becoming so aware of our thoughts and emotions, because it's truly important to send out feelings that align with what we want to become, do, and experience. So for example, if love and joy is what we want, then we need to create the frequency of love and joy. So to do this, set some time aside to focus on the people or experiences or hobbies that you love, and take action to engage in those things if you can. So whether it be exercise, meditating, journaling, spending time with family and friends, snuggling your fur baby, reading, gardening, you get the idea. Anything that brings you joy. And while doing the thing that you love, be aware of your emotions, because this is going to help when it comes to responding more and reacting less to circumstances and experiences in your life. So for example, say we're feeling like we're being treated unfairly, or perhaps we get a flat tire. We tend to react negatively, and then we become angry and upset, and we are unconsciously reacting. And our negative charged emotions serve as a direct order to the universe. So we need to respond in a different kind of way. And I'm going to go ahead and use a flat tire example here, because I can relate to this one. Oh, too recently did I experience a flat tire, maybe about 4 to 5 months ago. And rather than feeling mad and frustrated or helpless, I chose to feel grateful. Grateful that it happened in a safe and secure garage. Thankful that I wasn't stranded on the road on a rainy day. Grateful that the tire went flat only when I was getting into my car and looking to depart work for the day. And also thankful because I had been meaning to become a member of a roadside assistance program and never took the time to do it up until this particular day. And from all of this positive thinking, I was able to join a roadside assistance program that was actually running a membership sale, might I add, so I saved a bunch of money. I was also able to leave my car in a secured garage overnight so that the repair technician could come the following day and I didn't have to pay a premium. And when the repair technician did arrive, he was able to easily plug the hole because the nail that punctured the tire had fallen out, and he was able to easily locate the hole, and he successfully patched it. And he even said I was good to go and able to easily drive on the tires up until the day comes that I wanted to buy new ones. It was that simple, easy, and effortless. And I honestly believe that this was all because of my gratitude and belief that everything was working out for my highest good. So find the silver linings in a situation, or just take a positive gratitude attitude response and then watch how the silver linings just show up for you. And if we notice that we often react out of emotion rather than thoughtfully responding, this is likely because our current reactions are habits, and we can change those habits. We can choose to think and respond versus react, and the rewards will be worth the effort, I promise you. So, similar to the positive vision word lesson, for this lesson, think of another positive vision word that you often hear from your family and friends when they are describing you. Things like happy, resourceful, brilliant, authentic, optimistic, generous, cheerful. And write it down and read it out loud at least once every hour on day number 2. And also, like lesson number 1, add I am in front of the word and make it an affirmation. And then put it somewhere like your bathroom mirror or the dashboard of your car or your refrigerator, some place where you will see it multiple times a day after lesson number 2 has passed. And when you do, read it out loud and feel the positive emotions that just come up for you, knowing that this is who you are. All right, now lesson number 3. Clear understanding of energy. We are all energy. We are made up of atoms, which make up molecules. And atoms are made up of subatomic particles, leaving about 99.9999999% of the atom as open space. And the electrons and nucleus within the atom are held together within this space by an electromagnetic force, or energy. And energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed from one form to another. And with this in mind, in this abundant universe, we are all connected. Like the internet, we can't see or touch it, but it connects the entire world. So rather than the internet, humans are kind of like the internet. And the way to describe this is, have you ever thought about someone you haven't seen or spoken to in years, and then all of a sudden you get like a text or phone call from them? It is so wild when that happens. And this is likely occurring because we're actually subconsciously sensing their intention to contact us before they have even acted upon it. And pulling the thread a little bit more here, some time ago, Duke University had teamed up with NASA, and they worked with astronauts who were like 250,000 miles away on the moon. And so the astronauts, they projected their thoughts that they were thinking, and they were actually picked up by the students back at Duke University. Is that not incredible? I I'm stunned when I hear things like this. So from studies like this, we have discovered that we can actually pick up on the energy of thoughts and intentions with measurable effects. Very, very cool. All right, so for exercise number 3, think of one person who makes you laugh, a friend, colleague, or loved one, someone who genuinely makes you smile just by thinking of them. And then think of them and what it is that the two of you have in common. And it's just from thoughts like this, how they make you smile, the things you have in common, that we start to feel connected to them. And for this exercise then, make a list, like a handful, like, I don't know, 5 people who make us feel good and happy and inspired. And then select 1 or 2 of them and give them a call today and say hello, or send them a text message and say something like, I was just thinking of you and it made me smile. And if for some reason you can't connect via phone or text, then just close your eyes for 5 to 10 minutes and send them a silent mental message by thinking of them and telling them in your mind how much they make you smile and what that means to you. And I bet that they're going to feel your energy regardless of where they are in the world. All right, lesson number 4. In this lesson, we are thinking of ourselves as a magnet. We are a living magnet and attracting more of the way we feel at any given point in time. Now, as you are picturing yourself as the human magnet that you are, see yourself attracting the things, people, and circumstances that align to the frequency that you are emitting. Because a magnet doesn't have to try to attract anything. It just does. And so do you. And as Buddha has said, all that we are is a result of what we have thought. So we are creating everything in our life. And once we acknowledge and take responsibility for it, we can take our life in any direction that we wish. We have unlimited potential and the ability to create any life we want for ourselves. So for this lesson, think of one situation at home or at work or with a friend where you felt unstoppably decisive. So maybe it's deciding to move from Virginia to Texas and back to Virginia all in 2 years, like I did. Or say you stopped working to go back to school and pursue a specialized degree. Or you got a divorce or broke up with a partner because the relationships just weren't serving you. Or chose a career over another. Or started your own business. Or whatever decisive decision you made in an unstoppable kind of way. And then recall what it was about that decision that made you feel powerful. What would happen if you were that decisive in every part of your life? Because when you are that decisive, you are cutting off people, situations, or circumstances that are not serving or supporting your highest good. So the benefit of this exercise, when we are decisive, we cut off things that are no longer supporting or serving us. So cut off possibilities that don't serve you, because your true power comes from your decision-making ability. And now for today's exercise, it is to figure out what are those people, circumstances, environments, or experiences that do not support you, and lean into your decision-making ability to control or cut off how these things impact your life, because the more decisive you become, the more you will attract the things that you want into your reality. All right, and now we are at lesson number 5, which we are going to start with an incredible quote from the amazing Florence Scovel Shinn. The game of life is the game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Oh my gosh, I just love Florence Scovel Shinn. I'll have to talk about her in another episode. She's a pretty terrific author. She goes back to, I think, around 1925. All right. So anyway, back to the lesson. Thoughts become things here because thoughts and the emotions that come from them are measurable units of energy. Every thought we think is a statement of our desire to the universe, which is why it is so important to think positive. Negative thoughts are toxic and can weaken our bodies physically. They can make us perspire, they can cause muscle tension, and can raise the acidic environment in our body, which increases the risk of disease because most diseases thrive in acidic environments. Also, negativity, it just sends out low vibe energy frequencies. And when we are positive, we are relaxed, we are centered and alert, which stimulates those endorphins in our bodies. So when we send out positive vibes, we bring back positive people, experiences, and situations that are all on a similar frequency. And something that I love to remind myself of is this: one affirmative thought is hundreds of times more powerful than one negative thought. So with that in mind, the last action for the first week of lessons is this: think of one reoccurring negative thought that you routinely have, like, no one respects me at work, I don't have enough money, I'm always late, no good partners are left in the world for me to meet, I'll always be overweight. Whatever it is, think about what it is and how did it come to be. Then think a positive thought to replace it and practice this in your mind. So I feel appreciated, seen, and valued in the workplace. Money is always flowing effortlessly to me. I always arrive on time in every engagement I attend. My perfect partner is searching for me too, and we are going to cross paths at just the right time. And I am a healthy weight that allows me to feel confident and happy with my body. This is all called the power of substitution, and we are practicing learning how to replace negative thoughts with positive ones with the goal of making this a routine practice until it becomes a habit. And by doing this, we are also just eliminating negative thoughts from our world altogether. What a dream, I gotta tell you. Okay, so now we did it. We did it. It's the first batch of 5 law of attraction exercises to be practiced this week. So let's get cracking. Get clear on your desire and what it is that you want to manifest within this 30-day practice. And then lesson number 1, think of your vision word that aligns to your desire and say it out loud at least every hour of the day and every day after when you see or think about it. Lesson number 2, think of another vision word, but this one is one that your family or friends use to describe you. And just as you did with lesson 1, repeat the word every hour out loud throughout the course of the day. And for both lessons 1 and 2, put I am in front of these words when saying them out loud and feel yourself being the essence of this message. Lesson number 3, make a list of the people in your life who make you feel good and make you smile just by the very thought of them. And from that list, pick 1 or 2 and reach out to them and tell them that you were thinking of them and you wanted to let them know. And if you can't connect, just hold them in your mind for a few minutes and send them a mental message so they know that you were thinking of them. And then lesson number 4, be aware of the people, the circumstances, environments, or experiences that don't support you, and be decisive when taking control and deciding how you will allow these things to impact your life. And if they are negative, how can you remove or limit these things in your life? And then lastly, number 5, the power of substitution. Think of one reoccurring negative thought that you think of on a routine basis, and then think of a positive thought to replace it. This helps with creating the habit of removing negative thoughts from your world. And that, my friends, is a wrap for this week. We are off and on our way to the 30 days of practicing the law of attraction. And as Ralph Waldo Emerson has said, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. And this week, we are making the decision to get clear on a desire and focus the next 30 days towards making it happen. Ask, believe, and receive. So give it a go. Practice these lessons 1 through 5 this Monday through Friday, one for each day. You can count on the fact that I'm going to be doing this right along with you. I cannot wait. This is so fun. And that's it. I hope that you found this episode to be exciting and useful. If you did, please do me a solid and rate, subscribe, and even leave a review and share it with a friend. Invite them to do the Law of Attraction lessons with you. All of this truly helps me out, and I'm always super grateful for your support. And on that note, I am your host, Lisa Ryan. This is the Joy-Filled Universe podcast, where we explore all the tools and tricks that are going to make your universe even more joyful than it already is. And I will see you next week. Bye.